Everybody. All right, so we're just going to get started now. Just waiting for a few more people to join, but I think it's good to start.
Okay, sounds good. Alfred, can you hear us? I think Alfred is running into some technical issues right about now.
Okay.
Just if you can give us a couple more minutes, I'm just chatting with him.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, so I'll actually just do a little bit of introduction while we're waiting.
Okay.
Yeah, and then hopefully Alfred will have everything set up by then.
Yeah, so he's just trying to relog in. So
yeah, no worries. Take your time. Okay, so welcome everybody. This is our expert talk with Insight Canada today. My name is Sylvia and I am from Employment Source Markham. Just wanted to say hello to all our already existing clients and welcome those who are new to JVS Toronto. And of course, our lovely speakers, EK and Alfred. So let's see. So I just wanted to do a little introduction of what we do. Today is I believe it's the third expert talk session hosted by JVS Toronto. And for people who don't know what JVS Toronto is, we've been around for more than 70 years trying to help job seekers reach their fullest potential at work, helping out employers build their workforce and even students meet their career goals. So we have a lot of programs that are for unemployed and underemployed individuals. That means any job seekers that may have been laid off, recent graduates, people with disabilities, internationally trained professionals, youth, etc. And we have more than 8 locations. We have 9 locations in the Greater Toronto area. So just a little quick intro about that. So there's 2 programs that I wanted to mention just before we get started, and it's Employment Ontario and Canada InfoNet. So Employment Ontario is sort of a one-on-one, we'll have an employment counselor talk to you about job search navigation, job matching, job development, helping you with your resume, helping you with LinkedIn targeting, career exploration if you're not too sure what you're looking for yet, and even some financial employment supports or training incentives. So can help you clarify some of your career goals, your interests, your skills, and show you different opportunities, get you a resume that will really get responses from the employers, build confidence in yourself when you're in job interviews, and also get that successful job offer from the employers. And so that's our general Employment Ontario program. Our other program is called Canada InfoNet, and what that is a 8-week employment program for internationally trained individuals who are relocating to Canada within the next year or so. They have to have an approved Canadian immigrant visa, but if they qualify, what we can do for them is there'll be an in-depth job search preparation, online mentoring before they reach Canada, helping them navigate the Canadian workplace and have success in it, and as well as provide them with some employer connections. So those are just our two big programs within JVS Toronto. And so a little introduction about that. EK, is Alfred ready now, or can you hear me?
hi, yeah, Alfred, can you hear us? Sorry. I know we're a technology company, but we're running into
No
some technical issues right here. Give me a second here.
Yeah, no worries.
Hey, Alfred. I think he's offline, so I'm just gonna go ahead with it.
Okay, sure thing.
You know,
So Yeah, I just wanted to have a little bit of housekeeping notes for today's session. So just so you all know, all the all attendees, you will be muted for now. If you have any questions, you can, there's a Q&A session at the end of the webinar, or you can send me questions during the webinar and I will pass them on to the presenters. The webinar is being recorded and it will be available on the JVS blog after. And yeah, without further ado, I will let EK introduce herself.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So nice to meet every one of you, even though I can't see you. Hopefully everyone can see me. So today my colleague and I, Alfred, would be taking you into our company, letting you know about the brand insights, how long we've been in business, and just really letting you know some of the opportunities that we do have within the company and what really drives us in terms of our values of this company. Right now, I know Alfred is running into some technical issues, but I'll just start off with his bio. He has over 15 plus years in training and development, and he's been with the company Insight. He was part of the PCM acquisition, which I'll be talking about later, but he's been with the company Insight now for about 3 years, and he is our senior learning specialist. So he really, so he trains a lot of our account executives and also provides trainings that are needed at different points in the organization. And also his most of his portfolio really has been focused on onboarding and continued development within Insight, and also just within his career so far. And just a little bit about myself. I'm a HR professional. Currently now I'm specializing in recruiting. I really have a passion for recruiting. It's because I've been on both ends. I've been someone who was trying to get into an organization and someone who currently gets people into the front door of an organization. And so I'm very passionate about excuse me, getting the right talent in through the door. An organization really thrives based on the talent that they do have. So once you get the right people in, the possibility of the organization doing amazing would be endless. And within my recruiting portfolio, I've been able to work within retail recruiting. I've done campus recruiting, which has included both internship recruiting and also grad rotational recruiting. And right now, my current portfolio at Insight would be IT and sales recruiting, which is a new challenge in itself and also really rewarding at the same time. If we can just go to the next slide. Yes, so I know a lot of you are here. I'm sure some of you understand what we do within Insight, but just bringing you into to talk about a little on our company Insight Canada. So we're part of a Fortune 500 global company. We were founded in 1988 in the garage in Arizona by two brothers, and they sold hard drives by phones and through magazine ads. If you really think about that, a lot of us might not be able to relate, but that was pre the .com boom, and that was a lot of labor intensive. It was a labor intensive method of selling, but thankfully to the .com boom and today's world of cloud and edge computing, we've been able to adapt and also really grow and provide intelligent technology solutions to our clients all over the world. Really, within Insight, we're found in different continents. So we're found in Asia, we're found in North America, we're found in Europe, we're really spread across the world. And so we are more than just the provider of hardwares and softwares and services. We're also won an award for being a trusted technology advisor, helping our clients overcome whatever problems they have, and also advancing their businesses and providing them with very smart solutions when it comes to advancing their businesses. Next slide, please. Yeah, so within Insight, we're really people focused. And so we don't look at our teammates as employees or colleagues, but we look at our teammates as teammates. And along the line, you're just going to hear me refer a lot to teammates. And that's what I mean. These are colleagues. And so we're really within Insight. I know you guys can see the tagline go here. We're really looking for people who want to grow within Insight. We provide a lot of training, leadership skills, and continuous development for our teammates to grow as much as they want. We do have Insight University where you can log on, you can take whatever courses that you feel would be able to help you. Maybe you want to take a course in Excel, maybe you want to take that course in Excel to increase your business analysis skills, or maybe you want to go outside of our Insight University and you want to take a course in different colleges, or be it in a university. You would just let your manager know we have a reimbursement program, and if it meets the criteria of a reimbursement programs, we would reimburse you after you've taken the course. So here we really invest a lot of money to our teammates' growth, because again, once they're able to grow, they're able to bring a lot of the knowledge and skill set that they've learned into the company and help the company also grow as a whole. So that's why growing is really, really important. And that's why you see a lot of teammates have been with us for 10 plus years, because there's just that continuous room for them to grow within the organization. Next slide, please. And now, when I just want to talk about our acquisition. So Insight as a company has been able to grow a lot due to a lot of the acquisitions that we've had in the past. I'm sure if you remember, I mentioned that Alfred came from our last acquisition, which is PTM Canada, and myself, I also came from that acquisition. And this acquisition happened about 10 months ago. Insight and Canada, Insight and PCM, we were competitors, and then bringing these resources in terms of our technical know-how and also our human resources together. Now we are now number 3, the third largest technology reseller within the Canadian space, and also since we brought many expertise in these diverse areas, we've been able to enhance our solutions and also offer our clients better services as a whole. And so far, I've been with Insight now for, I would say, about 5 months, and it's been such a learning curve, because I mean, they run things a lot different than we did at PCM, but the organization has been so they've been so good in terms of just even getting us up to date on the different systems, and also helping us with adjusting, and also it's just been a phenomenal experience so far. So yeah, that's our recent acquisition, which was PCM Canada. And if you go on to the next slide, you would see that this really highlights our four solution areas, which would be supply chain optimization, connected workforce, cloud and data centers transformation, and lastly, digital innovation. Now, they're by no means exhaustive, but they're a great lens through which we usually engage with our different clients and help us it also helps us understand our clients' different pain points. So I'll just give you a brief summary of what each area focuses on. So if you look at the supply chain optimization, so we have a powerful procurement tool, and we have dedicated consultants that would simply help our different clients with their businesses. We help them in buying and managing whatever softwares that they might have, and we also provide them with end-to-end support for their different IT lifecycle. Then when you look at the connected workforce, which is the second arm here, this is just even in this age that we really are right now, you know, so many things are becoming very connected. If you look at where I think it's in Kitchener or Waterloo, we're working towards having our first smart city. So noticing just the trends that are happening today, we have been able to successfully help our clients in recent weeks with quick turnarounds for connected workforce solutions. And we can also really help these clients to select the right device for them and also simplify whatever their device management system that they might have right now. And when you look at the third one, which is our cloud plus data center transformation, we're really just helping our clients come up with different cloud strategies and when it comes to storage, and also with helping them achieve whatever goals that they might have. And lastly, digital innovation. So we usually just leverage edge technology that we have in-house. We have in-house software developers that could help them customize different solutions for our customers, their different operation systems and different analytics systems that they do have. So really we're a one-stop shop when it comes to maybe you just want to buy maybe technology. If you want your technology, your different systems to connect, we could help you with that. If you need something storage, cloud-based storage, we could also help you with that. And if you just want a customized solution, we help you with that. And that's really the vision that we had. And it's great to see everything coming to life as we're growing within the company. So the next slide, really, the hunger had harmony slide. This, I'm just gonna wait. Okay, great. So this slide really just talks about our value and our culture and what we embody within Insight. So we live and breathe this 3H. So hunger really is, we're driven by a deep curiosity to learn, to explore, to grow. I know if you remember, I initially started off with saying we look to help our teammates grow here. So we love getting people in the organization who, you know, are looking to really grow in whatever space they're in, be it in marketing, be it in sales, be it in human resources, in procurement, whatever space. Once you have that hunger, you can really grow in this company, and that's something we look for. We look for people who ask questions, people who are constantly inquisitive, they constantly want to learn more. So that's a big driver for us. The next is heart. We don't think of ourselves as individuals, but we think of ourselves as teammates. We take care of each other, our clients, our communities, and we take pride in pretty much what we do collectively. So if you do get the opportunity to come into the organization and work for this reputable company, you'll see there's so much heart in the way we relate with each other, the way we relate with our partners, the way we relate with our potential new clients. You would notice all of that. And lastly, harmony. We obviously, everyone brings such diversity, maybe it might be in gender, in terms of their nationality, in terms of their background, your perspective, your skill set, etc. And that's the beauty of the workplace. We're from such diverse backgrounds and skill sets, but we are united by the common goal. So we're united by a common goal. So we usually just welcome the uniqueness of every single person here, and together we work and make transformation happen. So these are the three drivers of Insight: hunger, heart, and harmony. And the next slide, I'm just going to talk a little bit more about the different communities that we have currently within Insight. So Insight as a whole, you know, like I mentioned earlier on, our hunger, heart, harmony really drives us, and these different communities embody our they embody our values. at Insights. So these communities are a great way for our teammates to get together and also bring some positivity in their different communities. So if you look at the bottom right, which is be part of it, this is our social committee, and Alfred and myself are actually part of this committee, and we organize everything ranging from the annual holiday parties to our monthly team building activities. We do understand that it's important for teammates to feel connected in these different communities, and also to get to know each other some more. So if I did say so myself, we've come up with really great activities for our teammates to participate in. In Ontario, not too long ago, we had our paint night. We also, in the past, before the pandemic, we're planning to have our movie night. We had a cricket tournament. So it's just really different activities. We also had a cooking class, just activities that are very fun and engaging, and where you don't always necessarily have to be overly professional, but you can relax and get to know each other in a less formal way. We host that. And so that's one great committee that we do have. Right beside it, our wellness committee. This is run by our senior benefits analyst, who is based in Montreal. Her name is Barbara. She's done such a great job in coming up with different activities to just make sure we're all around well. So activities, that physical activities, mental, financial, emotional, different activities. One of the activities that she's kind of come up with really in this COVID times is that we have our fitness video. So each week she sends us a fitness video. This today we actually have a yoga video where teammates we have an instructor who leads us, and we just kind of follow through. And every day we get a notification from her, just reminding us to get up, to move, not to be stuck in one position, to reach out to teammates if need be, but just to continuously be engaged. So the wellness committee is constantly just coming up with new activities to help teammates just successfully thrive in these times and also in other times. And just at the top, our In It Together Foundation. This is a nonprofit foundation by teammates for teammates. And so this really is a foundation for if teammates need funding, maybe funding in times like this. What they can do is confidentially apply to the foundation, and if they meet the criteria, we'll provide funding for them. Sometimes it might be funeral cost funding or extra medical costs. We would provide them with those funding. And one thing that the foundation is really doing in this time that I'm really proud to be part of a company like this is we're providing spousal support for teammates, spouses who might have lost their jobs in this period, or for their spouses who might not be feeling too good and cannot work in this period. So it's things like this that makes me really proud and happy to be part of an organization like this. And with our In It Together Foundation, we usually host an annual fundraiser, and the reception is just amazing. A lot of people really give towards this cause. And another one of the benefits that we do provide, just to show that within Insight, one thing that we really value is volunteering. Apart from your sick personal days or your vacation days, we also award our teammates an additional 2 days each year to just go out and volunteer. So if you're part of maybe a food bank or any volunteering organization, you have an additional 2 days to just really extend your time and also just give to that community as much as you can. So these are some of the communities that we're really building within Insight currently. And on the next page, I'll just be talking about our diversity and inclusion team. I've been fortunate enough to join this team now, the diversity and inclusion team. I joined this team. I've been here with this team now for about a month. And so if you look at the different names on there, right now we have 4 main groups. that have been set up within the diversity and inclusion team. We have the women with insight, we have the UNIDOs with insight, we have the insight standouts, and lastly we have the API, which is the Afro professionals and allied and allies of insight. So really this different groups were, believe it or not, they were actually formed by teammates and not the diversity team. These were teammates who found that they needed smaller communities to just be a part of. So within these teams, sorry, within these groups, you can be part of a community who has you know, has their own specific goals that they're trying to achieve. And you also, within these communities, you can learn about leadership, you can learn about education, and whatever other tools that will be necessary for you to just really succeed as an organization. We've had, even within the COVID, within this times that we're in, we've had I've been fortunate enough to join these different groups when they're having their meetings, how people are so engaged and passionate and pushing so many amazing ideas that we're looking to input once we're able to get out of this pandemic. So really, this is, like I mentioned, Insight really values hunger, heart, and harmony. And so with these different communities, we're looking for a way to express this within the company. I can see we have a couple of questions right now, but I would hold off on answering all those questions till I just have a couple more slides, and then I'll look into answering those questions. And if Alfred is on the line, he would also answer some of the questions. So I'm just going to talk about some of the roles that we currently have open within Insight. So if you can just go on to the next slide. Thank you. So right now, due to the pandemic, we don't have a lot of, you can go to the account executive role. Thank you. Yeah, so we don't have a lot of roles currently open, but the role that we do have open right now is the account executive inside sales within our inside sales team. So in terms of the skill set of this role, we're looking for people who have between 1 to 4 years of sales experience. It really doesn't matter what the industry of your sales experience has been in, but if you have some form of sales experience, it would be really good within this role. If you've worked with a commission structure, also really good within this role. And if you, within this role, you're going to be selling a lot of technology, because you're going to really be bringing in businesses for the company. So you're going to be reaching out, prospecting to different clienteles. And so if you've had some form of cold calling experience, that we would really that would be considered an asset within this role, because you understand how to overcome the gatekeepers, how to what to tell them, how to go about it. You learn all of that. Alfred really does a great job of teaching people and coaching people on how to bypass the different gatekeepers. But if you also don't have cold calling experience, but you're still passionate about sales, we still would consider you for this role. We're also looking for people who have curiosity, who are driven, and who also have a strong work ethic, because this is a role where you have to be really self-motivated. I mean, of course, you have your targets, you have all of those, but for you to be successful, you have to be really self-motivated. And we need team members who are easily adaptable, because you're going to be thrown into some situations when you're talking to different clients that you might have never come across or never learned during the training session. So just learning how to be adaptable would be really useful within this role. So in terms of the type of work, you'll be prospecting, a lot of prospecting over the phone. Like I said, if you have no prospecting experience, that's fine. During the training session, Alfred will kind of take you through it, but it's usually very easy. We're just looking to reach out to different businesses that have at least 50 computer users. So, I mean, if you just go on Google, you can easily find those businesses right now. You're also going to be collaborating with different technology experts. So we sell so much technology, and we partner with over 70 technology companies. So you're going to be collaborating with them, speaking with them, learning about the deals that they might have, so you can not prospect, but you can inform your potential clients and also your clients on. And there will be continuous learning. Like, the technology space is so dynamic, and there's usually new technology that comes out every single day. So we constantly host focus days, training days, where different partners from our different technology companies come and talk to you, and they'll just let you know about what they currently have, the new technologies that they might have, or what you can expect to be coming out, and what you can let your clients know. And within this role, there's a lot of accountability within your teams, and also just accountability within the organization, because you have different quarters to meet. And there's also a lot of support from your teammates and also your managers and the organization to help you get to this, to meeting whatever goals that you might have for that month. In terms of what the hiring manager is looking for, really, we're looking for someone who has excellent communication skills, someone who is also really passionate for learning and growing within the organization. Another question that I always get when I speak to candidates, in terms of what you'll be selling, you're selling everything technology related, hardware or software, but you don't need to be a technology expert. You just need to have general knowledge. And because we have experts within the business that could also help you with when it comes to talking about special features to the clients. But yeah, so this is the only role that we currently have open, and I would answer any questions that you have again at the end. If you can just move on to some of the other roles that I posted. So yeah, I'm just going to be talking about some examples of some of the other roles that we do have within Insight. I know right now I'm going to kind of rush through this one just because I want to leave enough time for questions that you might have. So one role that we hire a lot for would be the technical analyst role. So within this role, we're looking for people who have between 1 to 2 years of IT experience. If you have a certification, a diploma, or degree within the IT space, computer space, it would be really great within this role. Someone who also has a lot of experience with customer service, because you would be the technical analyst would sometimes be working with our clients and be working in their space. So someone who is really good with customer service, who understands the needs of people, would really do well within this role. Also, teamwork is a really big part of this role. So being able to work well in teams. Someone also who has a G license, that's the class 5 license, because you'll be traveling from different clients to different client space to help them with whatever technology needs that they might have. In terms of the type of work you can really look forward to within this role, you would be removing different hardwares or setting up different hardwares. You would also be imaging computers, providing basic troubleshooting whenever needed. Some examples of our clients are City of Calgary, Liquor and Gaming Commission, but we have really any client that we really work with that needs any technical analyst, we would provide that service for them. And we're looking for someone, as you can see, who is an excellent communicator, who is friendly, personable, and also teamwork is a big part, so a team player. Then the next role would be the partner champion role. And so within this role, we're looking for someone who has between 5 to 6 years of sales experience, preferably in a channel. So like I mentioned, we partner with so many technology vendors, and so maybe, for example, we're looking for a partner champion for Cisco Technologies. Would like if you have 5 to 6 years of experience working with Cisco Technologies, you've taken certifications, you understand the technologies well, and even have some relationships already built with different Cisco professionals that will come in handy within this role. And again, communication is a big part of this role. So because you're going to really be the interim, the middleman between our account executives and also the Cisco representatives. So a big part of this role is communication and presentation. So that's why we really stress on communication. In terms of the type of work you can really expect within this role, it's a pre-sales. You'll be conducting the pre-sales support for our different partner offerings with our account executives. So like I mentioned, you'll probably jump on calls with our account executives to help them close the sales, maybe provide the different clients with and help them really, sorry, provide them with the best deals for their businesses. So you would really be involved in just the pre-sales support of the business. Another thing you'll be doing is you'll be providing support to our AEs when it comes to getting them good promotions for their or discounts for their different clients, and also when it comes to the Blitz days. You'd also become an expert in our partner offerings. Like I mentioned, if you already have 5 to 6 years of experience, for example, with Cisco, you know, within this role is a role where you'd I wouldn't say be the technical resource, but you'd be able to direct the account executives to the right partners to talk to when it comes to different products within Cisco. You have good knowledge of Cisco technologies as a whole. What the managers that I've worked with are usually looking for, they're looking for someone who has great presentation skill, is a really huge part of this role. Another thing that isn't listed here is someone who has a lot of technology knowledge. I found a lot of my managers are looking for that within this role. Someone who is also very collaborative, and someone again who is looking to grow, and someone who has good research skills. Maybe you might not know the right answer when an AE comes to talk to you, but you know through your research who you can lead them to, or through your research what solutions will be best for them. So these are, in total, in summary, some of the roles that we really recruit for. I mean, we have a lot more roles, but right now, just because of COVID, they're not open. But I hope this gives you a good insight to what we're looking for within Insights. You can connect with myself and Alfred. So the name is wrong. So it's Ike. I know I've gotten a couple of you connecting with me. So yeah, if you have any questions that I might not be able to answer today, you can connect with myself and Alfred on LinkedIn, and we would be able to answer those questions for you. And lastly, you can also visit our insight.com/careers to kind of see what opportunity that we currently have open. Just to let you know, you should make sure you check the location, because like I mentioned, we're in so many countries. You might find an opportunity that you like, but it might not be currently available in Ontario. So yeah, that would conclude my presentation for today. If I know we have a couple of questions, so I would love to answer
I
as
can give you
many.
some of the questions that they've been giving
Of
me.
course, yeah.
So one of the ones that I believe Fatima was very interested in was how long does it take to complete those courses that you mentioned and get the job that they want?
Um,
I think it was when you were talking about your training roles.
Okay, so our trainings, if you mean the inside in university courses, most times it can be completed in a day or two, really, or some might take a week for you to complete. But immediately you complete those courses, you'll be awarded a certificate. Now, we also have another thing called our workshop offerings, where you can sign for virtual classes of different courses that we're offering our our teammates. Now, those courses, some of them can span between a week to about 3 months, just depending on the type of course that you're looking for. Now, if you're going outside of the company to look for courses, it's really dependent on you. I mean, I would say sometimes 3 months, but again, not something that would affect what you're doing within the company. And I hope that answers your question on the courses.
Okay. Another question. They said if you could share some hints about what you tend to look for when you get a candidate's resume.
Okay, that's a good one. It really, I really base what I look for on what my hiring manager specifications are. For example, one of the previous roles I was recruiting for, which is the technical sales specialist, one of my hiring managers, she's really particular about the candidates having a lot of certification. So, for example, might be a CCNA certification. So when I get applications for that type of role, I'm looking for candidates who have first this, those certifications, because for her it's really important that her candidates have that. So if you don't have that, it's not that it disqualifies you, but I would have to maybe put them in the second tier resumes that I forward to her to take a look at. So that's one thing I look for. What's my hiring manager looking for? Also, how your resume is written. I find that a lot of people uh, don't necessarily write their resumes. They just jumble. They just, for lack of better words, they just put a lot of information there. So it's sometimes not really clear for me to understand what they're trying to express in their resumes. And so if I'm not able to understand what you're expressing in your resume, or if maybe you give me a job title and the responsibilities under don't match that job title, sometimes I would not reach out to the candidate. Also, location is a big part. I find that so many people just send their resumes from, for example, if I'm only recruiting for roles in Montreal, I would get applicants from maybe Saskatchewan or applicants from Ontario. So if they're not in the right location, I can't really contact them most times. And another tip is you can, if let's say you're considering moving to Montreal, and I'm recruiting for a role in Montreal, but your location says Toronto, you should just include that relocating to Montreal whenever. So it makes the recruiter feel comfortable enough to contact you. Also, I look at how many years you spent in your previous job. If I see maybe you spent only a couple of months, it makes me worry that longevity would be an issue with you. And so that could be a hindrance to contacting a candidate. So those are some of the things that I really look out before I start contacting candidates.
Okay, so somebody was asking if there's some people who are outside of Canada at the moment. Is there a way that they can find like an online position with your company?
Yes, that's a good one. I have gotten a lot of applicants outside of Canada reach out to me. Right now, within the company, we don't have positions where we would not need you to be physically present um, in that role. So right now, unfortunately, that would not be possible. But hopefully, sometime, you know, even just with COVID, we're realizing that people can work from home. So maybe that can be something that would, going forward, once we're out of COVID, that we would look to initiate. But right now, we don't have that, those types of position. You would have positions, you would have to be within Canada or maybe Europe. Or maybe, for example, if we might have a chapter in your location. For example, if you're in London, we have our Insight Europe chapter there. So maybe look for roles within inside Europe. So I'm hoping that answers your question.
Yep. Okay. There's a question that says, if I, the candidate, am really strong in sales but have limited experience and knowledge in IT, do I still have a good chance when I apply?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Especially with our account executive position, most times we would like to we like hiring those who have the sales experience because they're more open, because I find that some candidates, I'm not saying every candidate, but some candidates who are more who have the IT background are more focused on, oh my goodness, I need to just know all the technology that they have. But people with the sales background just understand that, listen, this is just like any other sale that I've done, just know some proper elements of this product or this service, and I'll be able to pitch it. So yeah, if you have the sales background, that's totally fine. You're going to go, if it's the account executive role you're applying for, you go through a 5 weeks training course with Alfred, really extensive course, and he does an amazing job teaching this also. So you learn so much. It might be overwhelming considering the fact that you don't have that experience, and but that's the best part. You can always reach out, you can always reach out to teammates or even Alfred or your manager, and you're going to continuously get that continuous learning support throughout your tenure at Insight. So yeah, that shouldn't be a problem at all. It's really just we want to make sure that you would be interested in learning as much as possible.
Okay, thank you. And another question was, if I, the candidate, am selected during your hiring process, what should I be expecting? Like, how many interviews are there in total, or how long would the hiring process kind of last?
Yeah, of course. Our candidate experience is so important for us within Insight. So, for example, I would say for more of the entry level roles, the interview process is really just a phone screen and an in-person interview with the hiring manager, and that's done. We'll get you in through the door. And so it can take between, I would say, between 2 to 3 weeks to get all of this finalized, because again, some hiring managers are based in Alberta. Their their timeline is sorry, their schedule is so different from ours, different time zones. So you have to take all of those into consideration. So that's why I would say between 3 to 4 weeks to fill. The other roles, more of the intermediate level roles, most times it would be 3 stages, which would be at the phone interview, an in-person interview with the hiring manager, and then with the director or the executive, the vice president of that department. So that would be for more of a intermediate level roles and higher up roles. So we really don't like to stretch it past three in total, three interviews, which will be one phone screen and two in person with us. Some might be a panel interview, but of course we'll let you know ahead of time before you come in. Also, throughout the process, the recruiters are going to be in contact with you. We'll let you know this might be taking longer than expected, or we'll let you know if we're moving forward with the application or if we're not. But that's what you can expect from us.
Okay, so I have some general questions here. Is there a place that they can sort of look into more of the different benefits within Insight, or if there's, some sort of salary range, that kind of thing? Is it all listed on your site, or is that somewhere else that
No,
they can?
no,
No.
no, we don't list the salary on our site. I don't think I've come across a company that does it, but um, that's an interesting one, I would say. But we don't list our salary on our site. But if you can just Google, because I know they're usually I've forgotten the name, but there's a website that you can easily check, and it just gives you a band, a range of what the salary expectation for a particular role could be. So you just get a better understanding. So when recruiters call you, you can decide to give them that range, or if you have insiders knowledge on how a particular industry works, you can give them that range. But in terms of our benefits, you also, that's not, I'm not too sure if it's listed on our site, but I'm pretty open with my candidates. I let them know. It varies per position, but the general knowledge, but the general benefit that we give out would be your 3 weeks vacation, paid vacation, your medicals, we cover all your dental medicals, all of that. We do the educational reimbursement that I talked about. We also do we also have some discounts with different companies. So that should be on our teammate site, which would only be accessible to our teammates and not people who might be applying. Also, our RSP, we match your RSP. So that's another great benefit that I know a lot of teammates take part in. But those are some examples. We have a lot more benefits, but like I mentioned, it depends on the position, really.
Okay, thank you for answering that. Someone asked, are there opportunities for bilingual speakers eager to learn and are technologically sound but do not have prior sales experience?
Yes, so I would say the opportunities for our bilingual. So this is a tricky one. Is it bilingual French? Because if it's bilingual French, for sure there are opportunities. In fact, we're constantly within our Montreal location, because it's a law in Quebec that, well, I wouldn't say it's a law, but most of the roles we hire for in Quebec, we hire for we prefer our teammates to be bilingual, so bilingual English and French. But if you're bilingual in another type of language, currently only French is the bilingual opportunity we provide. But if you're also pretty strong with English, that's not a problem. We have different roles within the company. For example, maybe within our procurement department, they're usually entry-level roles that you can take part in. Within our within our sales team, our account executive role, that's really a great way to come into the company. I find a lot of people who don't necessarily have sales experience also coming through that. So like I mentioned earlier on, there's so many things we look at before we determine if we're bringing this person in as an account executive. We've had people come in from all walks of life, from an educational background. We've had people come in from my background in HR. So it's usually very diverse. It's just, do you really have that drive? Are you ready to learn something new? Are you adaptable? Have you had some sort of sales experience, even if it's less than 1 year, because you would be able to kind of understand how the industry works. So yeah, that's what I would say for that question.
Okay, thank you for that. Let's see. There is a question about the account executive role. It's open in what province? Is it available in the Manitoba province?
Unfortunately, no, it's not available right now within the Manitoba province, but it's open right now only in Ontario. We just finished hiring before the whole lockdown. We finished hiring for our Montreal location account executives, but right now it's only the Ontario province. Those are the 2 provinces that mainly hire for account executives. Once in a while we have in Manitoba, Winnipeg, but that is most times, it's a very rare occasion we have those openings. Hopefully I answered that question.
Yeah. Don't see any other particular questions. I think that's all. If anybody has any questions, feel free to send it to me. Otherwise, thank you very much, EK. sorry Alfred couldn't be here.
That's totally fine. Yeah, he was just sending me messages about how sad he is. It's the first time he puts on a blazer to just
Oh no.
but his Wi-Fi is acting up. But thank you so much for having us, and thank you for to everyone who signed up. I hope you learned something and took something valuable from this presentation. Of course, please feel free uh, to connect with me on LinkedIn. I have gotten some, like I said earlier on, so I would add you guys. Feel free to also send me messages. Feel free to send Alfred messages. We'll do our best to respond as quickly as possible. But it's really been a pleasure getting to answer your questions and also teach you about our company insight.
Thank you very much. I know that we did receive some questions regarding just employment in general. So for people who are interested in applying for whatever position, or they need some help on employment, or if you're missed any information from this particular expert talk, we do have a recording of this available on our website. And oh, sorry. We do have a recording of this presentation on our website. And also, you can always contact us on the JVS website. Feel free to email us with any of your questions, and we'll do our best to follow up and help you. All right.
Okay, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much. And I
Thank
think that's
you.
it for now. Okay.
Yeah,
Have a
have a
great day,
great
everyone.
day, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.